Okay, it's Rebecca again. I just found out I talked for 30 minutes and there was no sound. So I hope this time that I can notice the chat if there's any problems with the sound. Yeah, I'm going to check my microphone, says it's going. So what I want to talk to you about today is my new friends, the Arcturians, which actually one of them is an old friend, Sanat Kamara, but I didn't know he was an Arcturian. We never talked about it. But the topic of this is how come they never feel confused about their soul purpose? So a little bit of background. I taught a seminar on the pineal gland uh, about a week ago. And during that seminar, which was the Eye of Horus, and talking about activation, regeneration of the pineal gland. And by the way, it totally rocked and it totally works. So Nat Kamara paid me a surprise visit. And he channeled, when he comes in, honey, you just got to stand up and you got to go for it. So when I got back home, there was a book that I had ordered before I left, and it's called the Arcturian Anthology by Tom Kenyon and Judy Sion. Well, the first page I opened to was Sanat Kamara and a channeling by Tom Kenyon. By the way, I trust Tom Kenyon. To me, he's a person of utmost integrity. Anyway, it turns out that Sanat Kamara is an Arcturian. And we all know he's not from here. And it's also well known that he's been protecting our planet for a long time. Well, after I had this connection later that week, I was just drifting off to sleep. And I started seeing a vision, beautiful synapses. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but like the connections in the brain, all beautiful and twinkling lights. And then from behind that misty vision came a beautiful Arcturian woman. How did I know she was Arcturian? I don't know. They communicate telepathically, so they can give you like a whole packet of information, and then you got to put it into words, or as I said to Andarra, let me just take words at a time. So she said, my name is Andarra and I'm here to help you with your heart connection to my people, and as I help you, it will help us establish a return to deeper heart connections in our Arcturian society. So I said, oh my God, I'm so sleepy. I better get up and write this down because I'm never going to remember your name in the morning. But she said, Rebecca, yes, you will remember. From now on, when we give you packets of information, they will be held internally to be called upon at will. So, sure as shit, next morning I hopped up, Andarra, I wrote it down, and later we began a conversation. And before I go into the conversation, I want to tell you a word that she used a lot. And the word is proclivities. I wasn't quite sure what that meant, so I looked it up for all of us. And here it is. It's a noun, plural, proclivities, natural or habitual inclination or tendency, propensity, predisposition. So the message begins, or the conversation. And she says, we established a firm connection with you during the week after the pineal gland ceremony. She called it a ceremony. I like ceremonies. The connection is here. You will not lose it, even if you have to stop in the middle of a transmission. And Dara continues, I am charged with helping my Arcturian family to reconnect more deeply to the honoring of the heart and of the heart's desires. We're ever a practical group and a group that takes action. We also are known to place our mission above all else. She wants me to pop this in. being known for placing the mission above the desires of the heart. It was Sanat Kumara who presented the request that we as a race go back to more honoring of the heart. Sanat Kumara speaks, Arcturians listen. He is very, very respected. A committee was formed, and I, Andarra, were charged to be the one to explore the benefits of this. As Sanat Kumara stated, Arcturians are very mission oriented. She's telling me right now. And it's now my mission to explore the benefits of really getting heart connected and honoring the needs of our heart instead of just letting the mission be everything. And here's something you're going to like. She says, now here is where we differ from humans. Humans mostly don't have a clue about their mission or soul purpose, as you call it. And sure, we observe that you want to do your mission, you want to do your soul purpose, but you wander from topic to topic trying to discover just what it is. What is my soul purpose? I mean, we have whole seminars on what's my soul purpose. I just want to do it. I just want to know divine will. Hallelujah. That's a church I grew up in. Pray for me to know God's will. Okay. And Dara, I'm getting off topic. And Dara continues, because you are a free will planet, you have choices of missions, and nothing is set in stone. If you could only realize that maybe you don't have just one mission, but possibly several, and there is no one choice for you. Choose the one that feels best to your heart in the moment. Learn from us Arcturians. Now, she says, there's a few of you who have contracted to come and be focused on just one thing. You're great musicians and painters, among others, fall into this category. So great is the fire in their hearts, they can't focus on anything other than that fire. I actually have a real good friend who's a wonderful artist, and she's on fire. She's in her 70s already, and she's so on fire to do her art. And then Andarra stopped to give me a personal suggestion. She said, Rebecca, it would be good for you to hold a class soon on releasing self-judgment about messing up. For people who feel that they chose the wrong mission, the wrong soul purpose over the course of the lifetime. And I'll help you outline it as I see it from my perspective. We'll see how that works out. Now, I asked her a question, well, how do Arcturians differ in regards to mission or soul purpose? And she says, we never have the slightest bit of confusion about our mission. When a child is being formed, he or she is scanned for all types of genetic proclivities. She just loves that word. And from Rebecca, my point of contact with the Pleiadians, they have a similar system. They don't try to force their offspring to be something that they're not. And Dara continues, we like to think that we have the absolute best interest of the child and our society at heart. And we do a pretty good job. Parental figures are very cooperative as they desire the very best for their child. No child is ever alone. Besides the parental figures, they're guided by a council of advisors. Because we, Arcturians, communicate telepathically, huge amounts of information are available to us. The guidance team honors the natural talents and abilities of the child and keeps a watchful eye on their development. By the time a child reaches young adulthood, he or she has a very good idea of their mission. Now, it's important to note that the guidance team has no agenda. The highest good of all is the only thing considered, and of all includes the parents, the child, society, all honoring the natural proclivities of the child. The guidance team always presents choices, and those choices are always based on the natural talents, abilities, and once again, proclivities observed in the child. The young adult then chooses deeper training in a topic, and the mission or sole purpose become very clear. They've had this guidance all throughout their lifetime. And so I asked, well, would a young adult be allowed to shift into another focus? What if they became interested in another topic for their life work? And Andarra says, yes, however, that rarely happens. And the guidance team are deeply intuitive about the child. Each child has the same guidance team throughout their formative years. And you see, Rebecca, the guidance team is not chosen at random, like you, and you look like you'll be good. They're trained to be in guidance according to the talents and the proclivities they demonstrated as youngsters. The guidance team members were chosen because they care, and they've developed great wisdom. So I asked, well, does the guidance committee guide more than one child at a time? And she replied, yes, there's always new ones coming in and older ones moving on. And she's telling me right now there's more than one guidance team. Okay, she's going to talk to me a minute. They're like sectors, and the guidance team would be over a certain sector. And they would be very acclimated to things going on in that sector, as she's calling it. Okay, I don't know if I said this or not, but even when the young Arcturian is firmly established in their mission, they always have guidance. They always have access to the guidance team. It's a very interesting position for each of the guidance counselors. They also have a choice to move on to something different. The ones with the most experience are sometimes asked to shepherd a newly forming guidance team. And by the way, she's just telling me she feels some of you worrying about, well, isn't that boring to kind of do the same thing all your life? No, not if it's so suited to you. And if you did want to do something different, you could have the choice. But they always keep those natural tendencies in mind. To be a member of a guidance team is a very honored position. So I said to her, Andarra, you mentioned at the beginning of this conversation that Earth is a free will planet. Does that mean the Arcturian system does not honor free will? She says, we are indeed a free will system, yet we are far more organized as a society. Now, here's, to me, Rebecca, this is a very important thing she's saying. We do not have the same sense of separateness that you do. We are bred to respect and honor the needs of all society. So, yes, we have free will to make free will choices. We simply have access to far more information to make those choices than you do. There is no such thing as a rogue Arcturian out there making wild and unexplored choices. More to come soon, Andarra. Now, I had one more question for her, and I said, Andarra, why were you assigned to be head of the committee to explore the benefits of becoming more heart-oriented? And she said, I was chosen because I'm on a guidance team to help fellow Arcturians choose a mate. And it is well known that I'm an advocate of placing great importance on the heart when it comes to success in mating. So, here's what I'd like to tell you about. If you're interested in contacting and connecting with other benevolent species, you might want to learn about a seminar that I'm having the end of July, the very last weekend. It's going to be live 2 days in Houston, Texas. One day we're going to be connecting with the Arcturians, and another day the Pleiadians. Now, Sanat Kumara has given me information on how to do this to create an actual stargate within your being via the heart, the pineal, and the corpus callosum. I don't have all the directions yet, but he'll give them to me so that it will be easier. It's time for the brotherhood, the global galactic community to come together. And you know, my Pleiadian friend said to me 2 or 3 years ago, Rebecca, tell people, stop looking for us with binoculars. Instead, look for us through the lens of the heart. Do you know that almost all the benevolent species are in a different vibration, a different density? We are third dimensional. They are fifth through the ninth. So if you're thinking a spaceship is going to land on your lawn, that is just not very likely to happen, because the higher density beings, they can lower the vibration of the craft. But why? The people that I'm interested in teaching are not the ones who are just curious. You know, God bless you for your curiosity, but I'm interested in teaching people that want to make a heart connection to contribute to our society and to their society, to stop all the lies that have been going on, the cover-ups, and let's connect with our hearts. So if you'd like to be on my list to get notified of that, please go to RebeccaMarina.com and register for my newsletter. I got 3 fabulous gifts for you. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet and you like this kind of information, would you hit the subscribe button? And when you do, there's a little bell beside it. And if you click that bell, they'll notify you whenever I'm doing a new video or whenever I'm uploading a new video. So leave your comments. What else would you like to know from Andarra or the Arcturians? Or what other species are you interested in? Let me know, because we are all one. We are all one. God bless, and I wish you so much love.